What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more hardcore, and we're going back to the mighty Smokum label, one of my very favorite labels. I mentioned before I was aware of the label. I had heard the name when I was getting into hardcore in the 90s, but not until the last 5 or 6 years that I really sort of took a deep dive. Again, I discovered Formex music, and that led me to take a deeper dive on Smokum, and discover Danny Tribe's work, and take a deeper dive on Cenobite, which is another name that I knew from back in the day, and indeed it's relevant here. Because we're going to listen to a tune by Tellurian, who is the person who runs the Cenobite label. I believe Michel Klaassen. If I'm saying that wrong, I do apologize. But ultimately, I really enjoy the Cenobite label, the sort of trance-core, kind of atmospheric, early hardcore sound. So really, really fond of that label. And yeah, as I mentioned, he runs the label. We're going to listen to his tune on the most recent Smokum double LP. It's Smokum 271, and this is 271A. 271B is also included, and we're going to listen to Tellurian's track Big Green Bag, the Smokum mix. I remember hearing this on the internet a couple years ago, so I don't know like the context of the original release, but I assume it was originally released as like a digital track. And then as they've been going through and doing these compilation LPs, which once again, the idea that you can get brilliant hardcore vinyl newly produced in 2022 and indeed 2023 is just awesome. So shout out to all the labels that are still putting out hardcore vinyl. And yeah, so we're going to listen to, as I said, Bring Big Green Bag Smokum mix, which is now on vinyl, but I believe, as I said, was released in an earlier time digitally. So let's get it. This is Big Green Bag, the Smokum mix by Tellurian. Admittedly, I don't know the tune being sampled. Baseline flares of the transition. As I said, I don't know what tune that samples, but yeah, I do like the idea of Big Green and Smokum, so I assume the reference is sort of from the world that I'm thinking. Nevertheless, yeah, just a rip-roaring track. It's one of those ones that, like, it's hard, it has a sort of wickedness to it, but it's really fun, and it sort of samples, you know, like a tune that, you know, is from more popular music, so it feels like it's one that, like, could serve both purposes. Like, it's hard and wicked, it'll get you fist pumping, but it'll also put a smile on your face and get you sort of grooving because it has that sort of flavor to it. So yeah, really cool tune. I'm going to go through all the tracks on this release eventually. And again, I mentioned it before, I know these hardcore reactions will always be one of the most narrow audiences, but I will never stop doing them because I just love hardcore so much, and I also enjoy the fact that hardcore vinyl is still coming out. So once again, shout out to Smokum, shout out to Tellurian, shout out to Roberto for helping me get this release. And yeah, just tell me what you think of this one. I'll see you next time. Peace.